All right, hello everyone. Welcome to the weekly Wednesday lunchtime live stream on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. I am DDO's community manager Cordovan, and a few minutes late because I was trying to mess with my lighting a little bit. It seems real dark and kind of gray, despite it actually being fairly bright in this room. So either way, we're just going to roll with it. Thank you for being here. Hello everybody. How you doing here today? I'm going to be on Thelanis in a little bit and running more of the Fables of the Feywild quests, but we have a little bit of news to talk about, including some release notes and what have you, and I want to welcome everyone for being here. Is today a two beholder kind of day? Yeah, I was just messing around. I figured, what the heck. Black Friday sales announcements, please. I apologize, but we are not going to be in a position to announce our Black Friday. We never announce our Black Friday stuff until it's live. So I apologize, Rodrigo, that you might want to do some pre-planning, but that's just not an expectation that you should have. It'll be probably, usually that Wednesday is usually when we kick off all the sales, and sometime in the afternoon. Scourge of the Snow Peaks? What is that thing? Oh, you mean that secret event thing that snuck out into the live worlds briefly this week? Oh, I have no idea what that's about. All right. All right. So now that I've had a little bit of levity with everybody here, let me mention that we are actually actively working on a pretty serious issue at this noon hour here today, and that is that after we went live with our patch yesterday, and we're going to get to the patch notes in just a minute or two here, we have discovered an issue that you two have discovered, that slotting augments into items appears to be causing a binding change status, and that is something that we are actively investigating with our engineering production team right now, and we're going to see what we can do. At the very least, what I can tell you we're going to be doing is working overnight to release a build as soon as we can to get this issue fixed. What form that fix is going to take and the scope of how it's going to be, unclear at this noon hour. We're, like I say, we are actively investigating and moving forward with a hotfix. In the meantime, my suggestion to you, and we may make this more formal language after the show here today. We're in a position to do that by noon. Don't slot any augments. Just don't. And if you have any items with augments slotted, do not put them in your shared bank. This is just for now. It may not be that bad, but just in case, it kind of sounds like it might be, just don't do it. We've actually been looking into whether or not we can just disable the UI or something to prevent people from slotting augments until we get this hotfix out, presumably tomorrow morning. But in the meantime, that's just my advice this noon hour, and we'll probably follow up with more formal advice here in the next couple of hours. So, obviously that was pretty concerning to us. What happened is we started getting reports overnight that some binding status was changing from bound to account to bound to character, which nobody wants. And we're actively working to see what's going on. We think it's probably related to a change that went in that was attempting to correct an issue where... Oh, what was that issue now? Let me think about that. Oh, where it was not recognizing the bound to account status of items, right? When we first went live with Feywild. We think this is a halo of a change meant to work on that. But, like I said, we're actively investigating it at this noon hour, and it's kind of a big deal. So, in the meantime, I would just say, just don't slot any augments. And if you got an item with an augment slot, just don't put it in your shared bank or anything. Leave it in your inventory for now. Hopefully that'll be all that'll need to be done. Will potions be changed back so you can use them on other players? We're actively investigating that. So what happened is there's a handful of potions that you can use in other people. You just have it in your hotbar, you target them, and boom, right? There was a change made to allow those potions to be used while raged. that essentially said you can do one of two things. You can either cast on someone else or you can use while raged. And apparently it is not clear that we easily have a way to make it so that you could do both. So we're actively investigating and considering our options there as to what we might need to do with those potions. All right. Darren over on Facebook, you cannot purchase the expansion. Support has not answered your ticket. Obviously, I can't really troubleshoot that live on the air. I will say that we have had a few places where there's geographic issues. For example, particularly I know our players in Ukraine have had some very significant issues they just can't purchase, and it's unlikely they're going to be able to. And that has to do with geopolitical restrictions and mandates by the Department of Commerce and what have you. I don't know if that's you or if there's another thing. I don't know what might be causing your expansion purchase issue. Typically, we have had players report to us that PayPal seems to be pretty reliable. Perhaps that's an option for you there, Darren. All right. Some weird flicker texture things since the latest NVIDIA driver. What I think that actually is what's called Z-fighting. And I believe that we have a little bit of what's called Z-fighting to correct in Fables of the Feywild. Particularly in the landscape area, I've noticed some flickering as well. And it's a little complex. I'm not really prepared to give you a rundown as to what Z-flickering is. But if you do a quick Google search, you should be able to find it. It typically has to do with when you're putting things in the landscape, making sure it's matched up correctly. So typically what that means is it's just someone from either like art or content or someone's gonna need to go in there and do a little bit of work. But I've noticed that too. So I don't think it's a issue with your graphics card. I think it's just we've got a little bit of Z fighting going on in the Fables of the Feywild landscape. Graskitch, I have no news today about its release plans for the DDO store. Sorry. I want to keep things moving here today, so I'm not spending too much time kind of staring off screen here. But before I do that, I'm going to go into our release notes here in a second, but I want to point something out to you. So, nope, wrong way. There we go. All right, so when I change scenes here, look down here. Look down here. I've got a cool little thing here that I've got going on. I want to thank someone from the SSG art department for putting this together for me. Check out this transition here, huh? That's pretty cool, huh? Let me do that again, just for coolsies. Like. Anyway, I thought that was pretty rad. And we're going to be probably talking more about that here in the near future. So I wanted to just, maybe we could do some more cool things is my plan. So the main thing that happened this week is we released a saga for Fables of the Feywild. And that's Heroic and Legendary Sagas. You can find the NPCs in Wynwood Hall. And we corrected some text, a bunch of text, an issue with favorite enemies. This was a really big deal to us, less of a big deal to you, although if you've been experiencing some loading screen issues, perhaps since Feywild, this could be contributing to that. We corrected an issue causing too many effects to stack on a character, one of those, what we call, runaway effects, essentially, where it's just like, you get the thing, now you get the thing, now you get the same thing, now you get the same thing, now you get the same thing. Except instead of overwriting, it just basically goes until it topples over the character data. So that ultimately is what we corrected, and that was the main impetus, frankly, to get this out, although we were ready for the saga, and we were glad to get that out to you as well. Illusory Sprite, now a familiar option in the Fade Arc Illusionist tree. We have some randomly selected armor and such that is going to have a higher chance to get defensive effects, less chance to get spell power turned on dead properties. Orbs are not impacted. We made a bunch of corrections in Fables of the Feywild related to like some kind of text, NPC stuff, UI, just kind of a whole bunch of VO timing, a couple of pathing issues. We made it so you can now change spells at the rest shrines. The favor with Summer Court's now working right. We've upped the Slayer cap in the Heroic and Epic Fey landscape to 3,000. This required us to actually do something that we normally try not to do too much, and that's called versioning characters. The reason we needed to do that is if your character was at the Slayer cap of 1,500, then that meant that the Slayer quest was completed for you, and so we had to do a thing to basically say nope, and then set that new cap to 3,000. So we did that today as well. Couple quest issues you can look up if you really want to. Mostly just related to polish and clarity and a few things like that. Did a bunch of item work as well, specifically with some of the Feywild stuff. So you can find the release notes for that over on Didio.com. And I am about ready to log in here and check out some more of my questing here on Fables of the Feywild. And then when I've settled here, I'm going to head back to chat. I'm down. I only have 2 monitors right now. I know. Life is hard. But it means that I've got to kind of toggle. Do I want to look at XSplit so I make sure that my look all right? Or do I want to look at your chat? I'm currently looking at XSplit, but I will be looking at your chat very briefly, or very soon. Oh, I don't even need to do that, because I got one of these things. Here we go. Alright, so let me head over to chat now and kind of see where we are. I know, heaven forbid 2 monitors. Hey, I suffer for you. I suffer for you. To be fair, I actually have found that for me and my lifestyle, it's a lifestyle choice. For me and my lifestyle, I prefer 3. 3 is the magic number of monitors that Cordovan prefers. Unfortunately, I just had a couple old cheapies just die on me, so I'm down to 2 right now. And that's the dealio. Where did I leave off? I am not going to run Taming the Flames. I could do the Knight Who Cried Windmill, or I could do Needle in a Face Stack. I understand that Needle in a Face Stack may still have a little bit of work that needs to be done with it. So why don't we start off here today with Knight Who Cried Windmill over on Saffron Hill. That sounds pretty good. Now here's the reason why. Just so if you're a streamer doing stuff or community management type work like this, the reason 3 is good is I can have 1 monitor for things like web pages, information I might need to reference or look at, or chat I might need to pay attention to, like internal chat, you know, like related to this Augment work. And then on my middle monitor, then I've got the gameplay, right? And then on the right-hand monitor, I've got all 3 of your chat rooms, you know, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. And then typically, because I only need to access, you know, that information I was talking about earlier only periodically, I can, as default, typically leave XSplit or whatever streaming software or whatever I'm using over on the left-hand side. So like when I'm switching scenes and all, I can just do that pretty quickly and easily and what have you. So I don't know. So that's sort of why 3 monitors really works best for me. But I don't know. Otherwise you got to double up, right? So there we go. No, spammer in Twitch chat. I don't want to become famous, as a matter of fact. How do I get rid of you? Alright. Don't get too much of that. I haven't had just rando Twitch spam in quite some time. Graphics tablet is a third monitor. Yeah, I could always do something like that as well. And StrimTom is agreeing with me. 3 is the magic number. Alright, I think I'm caught up on Twitch chat. Everything I can answer I have. Yeah, but do I want to become famous? No, actually. I'm probably okay just being with my current level of fame. I'm certainly not famous. But a couple people know who I am, and I'm pretty comfortable with that. So... you know, I should be alright as a cleric here. Although I am in an off destiny. Let me mention that to you. I'm just leveling up Shadow Dancer right now. So if my epic destiny benefit is like, that's why. Because I'm looking to, I've got, you know, GMOF and Dreadnought maxed out, and all I got to do is Shadow Dancer before I can cash this sucker in on an epic reincarnation. And so that's my current plan of activity, which is why you find a pure cleric going into Shadow Dancer live on the air. So lest you think I'm simply bad, you would still be correct, but for a different reason.
You enter the grove the villager told you about, and spot a small encampment in the...
Well met, travelers!
A hearty voice calls as you approach.
Are you here to help us slay the great beast?
So, like I say, mentioned earlier in the show, for those of you who are tuning in wondering what's up, we're actively investigating an Augment issue right now at this noon hour, and we're going to have more information later on today about some downtime, most likely. Odds are very good that we're going to be doing a hotfix tomorrow. Of course, if we can't, we can't, but I'd say odds are pretty good that that's the plan. And so, we'll have more information about that. In the meantime, I would recommend just leave your augments be. Don't slot any. And don't put items that you have augment slots on into your shared bin. Now, I'm probably going to follow up after the noon hour here today with more formal advice. But heading into the live stream, you know, we're a little concerned about it. Not that you wouldn't be able to use your augments or anything, but the bug is ultimately that it changes its binding status to a more restrictive state. And that's no good. So, I would recommend, unless you're maybe okay with your items becoming bound to character, that you heed my advice at this noon hour. Would there ever be a way to redo the look of a character like when you create one, similar to like when you TR?
To your surprise, spindly legs rise from the dirt.
Well,
and the wind
I would point out
forward.
that even though maybe it's not the greatest thing in actuality, for some folks, it might prove some benefit to you, because I'm just getting attacked by a windmill here. Never mind. Let me just maybe not not get crushed by a gigantic windmill with legs, please. PLZ, do not crush me. 10-4, good buddy. Alright.
The windmill seems undaunted by your weapons and spells.
Yeah, well, you know, I
Creature
mean...
sporting an unusual gemstone seems to be avoiding you.
Okay. Hello, creature sporting an unusual gemstone. Where are you? That would be the summon topiaries, the greater air methods. Oh, and there we are. Why, hello, standard topiary lion with a gemstone.
Seems to be protecting this creature from spells and weapons. A creature sporting an unusual gemstone seems to be avoiding you.
Ah!
And the windmill shudders.
There we go. Bringing out the bomb. I mean, I'm just saying maybe we should have gone to Undermine first. I hear they got lots of explosives. Well, I'm not actually damaging it, or am I? I don't think I can actually damage it yet. Can I? It's a little hard to tell with this angle here. It'd be easier if I could see if my divine punishments couldn't doing anything. Okay, maybe a very small amount, right? Okay.
A creature sporting an unusual
Oh, there we go.
gemstone
Okay,
seems to
cool.
be
I just gotta
avoiding
keep doing that. Boink. Where are you, creature with the gemstone? Oh no, now I'm even dazed. Get away from me! I don't need. I like windmills. I think windmills are cool. All right. Try to clear out some of this trash here. Get the aura going at the very least.
A creature sporting
Yes.
an unusual
I'm
gemstone
aware
seems
of
to
this.
be
Ah,
avoiding
there you are. There you are. Why, hello, summoned topiary lion with a gemstone on your head.
Another gemstone cracks, and the windmill shakes violently.
Of course, I didn't get the optional for just not rushing in, but hey, you know, I mean, hey, that's fine. Ooh, I'm actually damaging you, huh? All right, that's good. Nope. I will actually point out, I could mention, I had a pretty good gear day last Friday during my guild night here on Thelanis. I could probably mention a little bit what's what I'm currently wearing, because I think I got a couple of things that I don't normally have. Where am I? Oh, here you are.
Well met.
Oh, that means... Actually, I think that's a notification from over on the Lotro side, I think. Sorry about that.
Gemstone cracks once more. The windmill rumbles deeply, then falls still.
Yeah!
The magic that brought it to life seems to have left it.
I wish you had trusted me.
The old knight says.
Still, you came to my aid in the end. You've earned a reward.
She continues.
But speak with me if you'd like to help a little further. Somehow, I feel the culprit is still nearby.
Ooh! What's that?
That's a legendary chunk of Pharaoh crystals, what that is. Alright, so where did Dame get off to now? think back, right? Dame shows up. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Why, hello. I will search for the culprit. Lead the way to our foe. Okay. Yeah, I know there's no damage to the lion with the thing. I'm just doing it. Gotta love the peanut gallery, man. I'm sorry, Dis, that you don't like my game playing. I do the best I can. I just, this is how I play. Sorry if you don't like it. You know what I hear, though? I would say this, and it's fine. It's fine, Diz. I don't care. But, you know what I tend to actually hear privately? I actually hear from people fairly regularly saying, you know, I know you get a lot of crap for how often you die, how you play on the live stream, but I just want you to know that's how all of us are playing.
Not that one. It was kind of cute.
So all of those out there who perhaps are much, much better at the game than me, just recognize maybe you're not necessarily the average on that front. Huh. Alright, well, let me see what we got here. I don't actually know where I'm supposed to go at this point. I have not tried this yet. Look! This.
A cinema thing!
Let me just retrace my steps here, make sure that's not. Okay, it's not. It's not. I don't need to rest. I'm fine. Ooh, back. Okay.
Yippee!
Yep, there's nothing more down here, so it's got to be up here. What are the chances of the client being fixed to retain settings? So, here's what you need to do. This is an issue with that came out with the release of Fables of the Feywild related to the checkbox that allows you to stay logged in for 8 hours. If at any point you have used that checkbox, then you are going to run into an issue where your user preferences.ini file does not want to do its thing. And so what's happening is it's not, as you say, saving your preferences. Now, what's actually going on here... Oops. Oh, no. Now, what's actually... Sorry, let me get out of here. What's actually going on here is that it's not writing correctly. So what you need to do is first go into your launcher settings and log out. And not do that 8-hour checkbox if that is you. Anyone got a hint for old little old me here about what I'm supposed to be, where I'm supposed to be going for this optional? Maybe I missed it. What did I do wrong? Oh, I can't do it unless I can pick locks. Okay. Oh, good enough anyway. Oh, it's a secret door. Okay, that explains it. Is there an update on the Augment slot not showing in quest and reward pick issue? Yes. So that is something we're actively looking on. It's not just end rewards, though. It's beyond that. What's happening is that items that are in that end reward list, for example, will not let you know that they have an Augment slot until they're updated by you logging out and logging in. So if that is a concern of yours until we get this fixed, either you could do a quick relog between quests, or just before you sell your junk, just go ahead and log out and log back in, check to make sure that stuff doesn't have any Augment slots. We are working to fix that. That'll be... Actually, you know what? I can just go straight to the next quest, which is Needle and a Face Stack in the Treasure Grove. Okay. Oops. So, we will be working to fix that issue about the client not retaining settings, and in fact, in most cases, that should now be resolved for people. However, for those of you who ran into this issue already, what you might need to do is what I suggested above, which is to log out through the launcher. Don't use that 8-hour login thing.
Was meant to be a shelter, a temple, not just a decorative addition.
And then you may need to do that before it works. So, however, thankfully, hopefully, should work after that. True seeing. All right. I don't want to attack you, Owl Bear. I'm gonna just take a dive. Rah! Oops. Uh-oh. What did I do? Did I mess up? I guess I messed up. I might need to unstuck here. Oh no. Alright, well. Let me do a quick write down where that is. I guess that might be in our next patch too. Alright. And that is how I got stuck. I'll get to the weekend bonus here in just a little bit. Thanks. Alright. Oops. Don't do that. Okay, so don't do that. Don't do that. And then let us continue onward, shall we? Nothing happened. I didn't see anything. I have no idea what you're talking about. I was just running down the path here. That's all I was doing. But now, wow. It works better with Featherfall? Yeah, but who's got time for that? Who's got time for that? Not this person. Yeah, I love that village too, I really do. It's very cool. I think they did a great job on it. this way to the treasure cache. Fight the Featherfall power, it's a crutch. So, the reality is that it's helpful oftentimes in quests. Sometimes you want Featherfall, just because it's going to make your life easier. But do you need Featherfall in DDO? Nope. Totally don't need it. If you go through your entire gameplay experience from day one to the last day you play, never using Featherfall, you'll be just fine. And you'll get there faster.
Opal covered in somebody else's blood!
Oh, you do need Featherfall and Killing Time? Okay, well, if you're gonna run Killing Time, then make sure you got a Featherfall item. But I have never been in Killing Time. I have been in Killing Time, but not much, and not for a long time.
Somewhere in these woods, there is treasure that grows on trees. One specific tree deserves more attention than others, for it bears the chest containing Hirsam's magic needle.
What is my Diplo? Not much. Oh, my spot's 51 right now. Nice, okay. Sweet. That'll work. Oh, maybe I should buff myself up, huh? So, pro tip. This is something the pro gamers do. They buff themselves up before quests. Yeah, I know, you know, sometimes you don't want to let these secrets out. You want to keep them to yourself to, you know, to give you that competitive edge. But I'm here today to spill the magic beans, which is, it's okay. People, pros, buff themselves before the start of the quest. Who's got time for buffs? I'm having a good day, good time today. It's really nice to be here with you. I'm sorry we're having this augment issue, though. That's got us a little concerned, but hopefully we'll get that sorted out within the next couple hours. Get a build kicked off this afternoon, get it confirmed overnight, and then get it out to the live worlds, most likely first thing tomorrow. In the meantime, we're looking at what we can do to mitigate the amount of people running into this issue. Big fluffy spider, huh? I mean, it's big. So it's 2/3 correct. It is 60%, 66% approximately accurate. I don't know I would call it fluffy. Can I destruct? Oh, I can. Nice. Okay. Let's see. Got any other chests hanging around here? Yep. No. No. Okay. Alright, let me head over to Facebook quick, see what we got going on there. Only buff you need is grease. Yeah, it's probably true. It's probably true. Security had to reinstall Windows 10, which removed DDO and had to reinstall. That sucks. We did have an issue yesterday with Kaspersky's antivirus. They were improperly flagging the D&D client exe and causing it to be quarantined in a way that was problematic to being able to run the game client. So we have been in touch with them. My understanding is enough DDO customers got in touch with them as well, that, hey, why are you getting rid of my D&D client exe? It is not a virus. That they have responded and dealt with that as of yesterday evening. But that is something we only have really limited control over. We can do the same things you can do, which is basically send them a support ticket saying, hey, what the... don't. I guess that's really about all I would want to say about that. Oh, shifters. Yes, thank you for bringing up shifters here in Twitch chat. Let me mention that as of yesterday, we officially have the Wish for Shifter Memories available in the DDO store. So if you want to get that shifter racial past life, Sons playing shifter, you have that option. Ooh, that's a lot of stuff. Let's bring them down just a little bit here. Should help. Ooh, that's a lot of stuff. Oh my gosh. Let me back off here a sec. Come on, Implosion, be my friend. Alright. And let me boost up my healing a little bit with Divine Healing and Positive Energy Shield. I can do that. I can briefly give myself a little bit more here and turn buffs. And I can refresh the short duration portion of my Holy Enchantment, or whatever that is. Alright.
Covered in somebody else's blood!
See if I can make a fern. Well, that was a lot of mobs, huh? Whew. Oh, I had a chest down here somewhere. Where did that go? Didn't I? I thought I did. There we are.
Cobalt smells shinies! Nice move! Don't forget to use your tail.
I don't know if I've heard that one much. Yeah. We actually go back up. Let's see. What else we got? You missed your kobold gem? Okay. Oh, thank you for increasing the Slayer level. Yeah, I think there was some concern that we not create another Orchard of the Macabre. But at the same time, we definitely undershot that one in terms of what that Slayer count should be. And it's some feedback that I think we'll be taking a look at longer term to kind of see where that number should be so that we don't run into this again. Oh, that's right. You know what who I don't have out? I don't have my Satyr hireling out. I know we just have a few minutes left in the show here, after probably whenever I get done with this quest. But it's not that we don't want you to enjoy the Slayer zones or don't understand that you like the Orchard Slayers. It's that, like it or not, Orchard Slayers have historically been a leading cause of game performance issues when players drag large numbers of mobs to the area, then kill them in large quantities to jack up, get a lot of kills, right? That has been problematic for not just that area, but the amount of work issues that can cause can actually cause problems throughout the entirety of the game. Which is why some of that work was done back, what, a year or two now? A while back now. We did some work to reduce mob density in Orchard of the Macabre. And that was directly related to our work into game performance. And so we have to be super careful when we're doing these kind of Slayer zones that we not recreate the conditions that ended up being fairly problematic in Orchard of the Macabre. The issue was not you get to have too much fun. The issue is it was just not good for the game or the player experience in that sense. April of this year? Yeah, so like 4 years ago then. Yeah. Is it true then that Dungeon Alert in Wilderness, if you drag mobs, causes server-wide lag? No. The Dungeon Alert is not what's causing the lag. It is you dragging the mobs that is causing the lag. The Dungeon Alert is working to prevent that from causing server-wide lag. It works to mitigate it, and does mitigate it, and has for, decade plus now. It doesn't solve all the problems, of course, but it does help in that specific area. So no, you're mistaking symptoms for cause. The Dungeon Alert is not what's causing the server-wide lag. It's you dragging all those mobs. Yeah, so just to be clear, Macubray, I'm hearing a couple of things that I want to make sure that I get clarified for you. I get the impression that you think that I'm saying that reducing the Slayer goals was being done to prevent lag. I don't want that message to go out there because that is inaccurate. What we did is create a calculation matrix, essentially, that allows us to feel comfortable doing certain things. And we wanted to stay within those parameters. However, we undershot it in the case of Fables of the Feywild, and have now corrected that with yesterday's patch. It's not about de-incentivizing mob kiting. It's about making sure that the mob density is properly addressed in the wilderness space. So just to be clear, there is nothing wrong with dragon mobs in wilderness areas. There's nothing wrong with any of your gameplay or any of the ways that you enjoy playing DDO. There's nothing wrong with the way you choose to play in the wilderness areas. All of this is on us and is part of the calculations that we tend to make behind the scenes, often non-publicly, that help inform the game to run as well as it can. Good thing I got a ray effect, huh?
As you defeat the unicorn, a deer bursts out from it. Is that normal?
Okay. Question about addressing issues with party and voice chat. Yes, we are continuing to work on that. One of the things that I can't remember if that was in this patch or if it's in a future patch. I'm going to have to look up on the status of it. But we're going to be doing a thing where right now it is trying to reconnect more often than it should, and that's actually causing it to disconnect. So we have a little bit of work that will resolve that issue. I can't remember if that got into this week's patch or not yet, but we have also been very much actively working on your reports of chat disconnects. You know, we've been seeing it too. So all that stuff is something we're actively working on, and hopefully we'll have a fix for it in the near future. It may be that there will always be some small amount of catch the teleporting blink dog. Oh my god. Hell yeah. Where did you go? Oh my gosh. Okay. Unfortunately, my blink dog is not showing up. It could be that there's a problem with this, but we're also running late here, so maybe I should consider letting Samus take over and just bug report this rather than, or dig around, because I don't want to wander the map here looking for this blink dog. Alright, well... Oh, maybe this one? I don't know. Oh, the dog should have a marker on the map. Okay. Top Hat. I am not personally aware of that new issue with the sprite that debuted with yesterday's patch into Fey Dark Illusionist. Report is that it's still falling through floors. I will have to take a look at that. Ooh, is that it? There we go. Hey, hi, Blink Dog. How you doing?
The blink dog falls, but something flits out of it. Was that a bat? A bird? Here we go again.
Get out of the water here. Yeah, I see. It looks like we do still have some issues here. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna call it. It's 106, and I want to make sure Samus gets on the air here. So I'm gonna do a quick bug report on that sucker before I play it again with you today. Thanks very much for watching, though. I really appreciate that. And I will talk to you next Wednesday here on the Weekly Wednesday Lunchtime live stream on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Check the schedule. Samus is up next on Twitch. You can find the full schedule over on DDO Stream, and I will talk to you next week. Oh, quick, weekend bonus. Can I do the weekend bonus? Yeah, I have to do a thing before I do the weekend bonus. Give me just a second. I haven't written the chronicle yet, so I don't have it in my head. Usually that's when I remember it. Yeah. All right. Check the calendar. Just a second here. Okay, yes, there we are. Okay, it is a challenge reward boost of 30%. Challenge reward boost, 30%. And that kicks off on Thursday and runs through Sunday. All right, have a great week, everyone. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye. At least I will if I can end my stream. Where are you, XSplit? There we are.